Welcome to part 2 of Remarkably Bright Creatures. Or is that
And
hard to say?
where to find them.
We
If
left off.
you're new here, we're doing the second half of the book. We already shared the first part, so go back and watch that. Or if you DNF'd this book and you want to know how it ends, that's why we're here.
What does DNF mean?
Did not finish.
Okay, I thought of something totally different.
Sexual?
Yes.
Where's your mind at?
Last book I covered was Credence, so it's still with me. So we have Marcellus the octopus, Tova, she's in her 70s, she cleans the aquarium. She lost her son Eric when he was 18, and she's lost her husband. We love you, Tova. Cameron is a bit of a wayward soul. He lived with his aunt. Girlfriend just broke up with him. A little bit lost, okay? He's like 30.
And we're not sure how he's connected yet.
No, we're not sure how. Then you got Ethan. He works at the store. He's Tova's friend. You got Tova's friends who are a little bit younger than her, yada, 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 okay? I think that's my new thing is yada, yada, yada.
Blah, 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 etc. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. So Cameron, his aunt, is cleaning up stuff, and she says, hey, here's a box that your mom left you of all her stuff. You're welcome to go through it. He's like planning on pawning stuff off. He is like, sweet, I found a bag of jewelry. In the jewelry bag is a class ring and a picture of her and this guy.
His dad?
Puts two and two together, thinks it's his dad.
Does he not know his dad?
No. So she left when he was 9.
Okay.
Left with his aunt saying, I'm an addict, you're better off. Hasn't seen or heard from her again. Okay.
And dad was never in the picture.
Never in the picture.
Okay.
Okay. So he says, all right. And then on the back of the picture, it says Stephen Brinks, I think is the name. And he Googles him, and he's like this big rich guy and like real estate tycoon, yada, yada, yada. So he.
How is there only one Stephen Brinks
in the world? Whole world. I don't know. There's many details that I missed that he puts two and two together. But he's like, you know what? I'm going to pawn this jewelry, and I'm going to fly up to Seattle / where the aquarium is and everything, and find this guy and say, I'm your son. Give me money, essentially. Everything goes awry. He loses his luggage. So many things happen. Ends up buying an RV. Ends up meeting
Whoa.
buying an RV for like $1,500 that like breaks down an hour after you bought it.
Like everything goes wrong. I'm just gonna buy an RV. Like, how much was the jewelry worth? He had a lot of money.
Well, he lost the jewelry on.
Of course he did.
So he had to call his aunt, and she's like, I've been saving for an Alaskan cruise, so here's $2,000, but you better pay me back by the end of the summer. And he's like, okay. Meets Ethan, Tova's friend, at the grocery store. And is like, Ethan's just one of those dudes. He just takes care of people, knows everybody in town. Doesn't really know Stephen Brinks. He's heard of him, but...
So everyone's heard of Stephen Brinks.
Yes. Cameron has tried to contact Stephen Brinks and, like, set up an appointment. He's obviously some bigwig. Don't just get a meeting with him. Ethan's kind of letting him crash at his place, and he says, hey... you could get a job at the aquarium because Tova slipped off a stool and hurt her foot and is out for 6 weeks.
Oh, no. Does she get workers' comp?
I don't know. She seems fine.
Why am I so worried about money? How does he afford an RV? Does she have workers' comp?
The times we live in, everyone's worried about money.
That's
except
not
the people who have it, except Stephen Brinks.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Every time you say Brinks, I think of that, like, Disney movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm picturing the, like, guy on the roller skates as Stephen.
In the helmet?
Yeah.
So he goes to the aquarium and is like, gets a job that's kind of like part-time, but then is like, hey, I can do that lady Tova's job for 6 weeks. I'll come and clean the aquarium at night. Okay. So he is there cleaning the aquarium. Tova, it's been a couple weeks, and Tova comes in because she wants to check on Marcellus because they've really created a bond. She like actually talks to him and tells him things, and she doesn't know it, but we know as the reader that he understands her and knows her and who she is and everything. So she comes in to check on Marcellus, and he is like up in this cabinet place because he gets out at night. And Cameron's like trying to get him down with a stick, and she's like, "No, don't do it that way. What are you doing?" Like just, and she reaches out and he grabs onto her and she puts him back in the tank. And Cameron's like, "What just happened? Like, you just touched that octopus. Who are you?" Yada yada yada. So
okay, dumb question, probably. How long can octopus go without water?
So he says it in there, and I think it's like 20 minutes. He says he's like 17 minutes. My tentacles start going numb. Like he like knows exactly how long he has.
Whoa, that's
really
cool.
We love Marcellus. That's kind of Cameron and Tova's initial meeting, and Tova continues coming at night, kind of to help out cleaning, kind of just because she's so used to going there.
I mean, she has a good friendship with this octopus that just gifted her this key, and so
she's not like clocking in and stuff, but her and Cameron start building a rapport and telling each other stories and things like that. Meanwhile, Marcellus is looking at them and he's like, they know that they're related? Like their mannerisms are the same. And because he has studied people so much, he's like, I can tell what human is related to what human. And so he tells us, he's like, they're like, it's interesting that they are related to one another as a species specifically, but that they don't act like they know it. And we're like, what?
Is Tova the addict?
No. Okay, good guess though. Okay. And she's like 70 something.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that too. So it's like, how? Okay. Marcellus is like giving us these little clues.
He's like a detective.
Throughout, yes. But he's not a detective because he's just like, well, duh. Like, obviously, they're related. Why are humans so stupid?
I need a Marcellus in my life to point out the obvious.
Yes.
What the hell happened to Eric? Did we find out?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I just feel like we've never circled back.
I almost was like, who's Eric? At one point, Tova, she loves crossword puzzles, and she's just out on the pier, and a biker comes to start up a conversation, and she's like, "Oh, you're Tova. You're Eric's mom." He's like, "I knew Eric in high school. We weren't close, but like, I'm sorry for your loss." So she kind of meets him. Then Cameron is doing something and meets this cute girl, Avery, who runs a little shop down by the pier, and she has a kid, like a teenage son, and they like kind of start dating. They're cute. Then those two come together because Tova is at a going away party for her friend, and that same guy is there. I think his name's Adam. That same guy.
Never met a good Adam.
That same guy, the biker dude, comes to find out like, oh, well, yeah, Eric was seeing that girl he was hanging out with. And she's like, I never knew about a girl. He's like, he would take beer from your fridge and like go hang out.
How old was he?
He was 18.
Oh, okay.
And we would just hang out. I'd see him every once in a while. I cannot remember her name though for the life of me.
Tiffany, Courtney, Brittany, Denise.
You're not far off.
Amber, Erica, Eliza.
You're getting farther.
Kayla.
Yes.
Kayla and Adam.
So then she starts obsessing about that. Like there was a girl. There was somebody else who might have known what he was doing that night. Like there's somebody else, and I hate that I cannot find her and talk to her because she was the one who was with him maybe in his final hours. Like,
because they have never recovered a body.
No.
So they don't even know if there were two bodies.
True. But no one else like was missing.
Oh, okay.
And she's just always known that something was more, there's more to the story. She starts obsessing over that. Since her fall and her ankle and all of that, and because Cameron's really done a good job at the aquarium, she's starting to let go of that a little bit. She also knows that, remember Marcellus from part 1 says, I only have this many days to live. He knows that he's slowly dying. So he knows his time's ending. And so Tova's like, I think I'm going to go to that assisted living. Yeah, that her brother was at. So she kind of signs up there and starts the process of selling her house and is starting to move on from that. Cameron goes and finally someone calls from Mr. Brink's office.
Oh, okay. Plot
So
thickens.
he goes to Seattle and what?
So he goes to Seattle, right?
Uh-huh.
I thought it was Seattle. Go to
So he goes to Seattle. It's amazing.
And I was like, what? Like, took me like not even a half second, like shorter than that to be like, oh, Seattle.
I'm sure that's never happened in the history of Seattle's history.
I'm going to Seattle. Who is Seattle?
He gets this address that he's supposed to meet them at, and it turns out to be kind of like a
dump.
Yeah, it's actually kind of like a speakeasy type place.
Should we go to speakeasy?
I mean, I'm sure Seattle has many of them.
We should just go to Seattle. Why am I thinking so small?
So Steven comes out, and we learn that he is a big real estate tycoon guy, but he asked to meet Cameron here because he's like, as soon as I heard who you were, I knew I wanted to meet you here because this was your mom and I's dream.
Oh.
This speakeasy, okay? But
does he own it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He's like, but I never slept with your mom.
Oh.
We were just friends, but we were friends in high school. And he's like, well, isn't this your ring? And he says, no, I have my ring. And he flips it over. There's initials in it. And he's like, those aren't my initials. Okay. So Cameron's like, this did not go how I was expecting. Now I can't ask you for money at all. And
yeah. Okay, but also, has his mom passed?
He doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know anything.
So she must have fallen out of touch with this friend, right?
Uh-huh, yeah, and he knows that she kind of went off the deep end and everything, but yeah, lost touch. But he still made this speakeasy, and yeah. So he's like, I don't know anything about your mom. I'm sorry, and I'm not your dad, but I wanted to show you this place and meet you because, like, I loved her, but we were just best friends.
So dead end after dead end after dead end. We don't know what happened to Eric. We don't know what's going on with, what's his name? Cameron.
Yeah. So he's still dating that cute Avery girl. Tova is on the pier where Eric's boat was found and all that. Kind of saying goodbye because his family has bought the house. Like, Adam, the biker dude, he mentioned the girl at the pier. But at the going away party for one of her friends, Adam was there with daughter of the friend or whatever. And the daughter said, oh, yeah, the girl's name was Daphne. Mm-hmm. And Tova's like, Daphne, okay, I have a name. So she goes, while she's packing up the whole house to move, she goes and looks at Eric's yearbook and finds the only Daphne there. Then we learn that Eric's mom's name is Daphne.
Okay.
We did not know this before. Tova asks him or something. Or Ethan asks him. Yes.
Say that again. Eric's?
Nope. Eric's mom is Tova. Eric's mom is Tova. I was like delivering the line that gives everything away, and I said it wrong.
And I was like, no, this is like hot goss. And then I was like, okay, make it make sense.
Tova's like, I'm not Eric's mother.
And Daphne's like, this went to high school with. Okay, let's try again. But keep that in because it's hilarious.
So we learn, Tova asks Cameron or whatever, we learn that Cameron's mom's name is Daphne.
Okay. So Cameron is Tova's grandson.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eric had a son, but didn't know this. Mm-hmm. So should I just let you tell the story?
Keep going. Yes. What else happened? So Cameron shows
the photo.
Okay. No, here's what happened. After the whole Steven Brinks thing goes awry, he comes and tells Tova that, and he's just frustrated, and he throws the class ring into Marcellus's tank.
Because he collects things.
Yeah, and he's just like, whatever, okay. I could be totally wrong. Now I'm second guessing everything I'm saying. But so he's like, it wasn't even the right initials. It was like EALS or something. And Tova goes, that is Eric's initials. Eels was always Eric's initial. And Marcellus is cute and is just kind of like, here you go. Like, here's
You
the
need it back.
answer. You idiots. And so we learn Daphne was Cameron's mom. And we learn that Eric's had the class ring. So yeah. So there's the spiel.
So when did Eric learn about the baby? Never?
Never. He never knew.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. So
did Daphne know it was Eric's?
I would assume so.
Okay.
But she didn't know his parents at all. And she was just in who knows what kind of place.
Mm-hmm.
Teenager, pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Your boyfriend just died. Like, Tova is still moving. And on her last night, the aquarium owner guy is like, yeah, Marcellus is on his last leg. I can really tell. So here's this. We've got this new octopus. We're going to leave her in here. And when Marcellus goes, whenever that is, we'll put her in his tank. And it'll be all taken care of and good. And so Tova takes Marcellus and takes him into the ocean.
Aww.
And lets him go into the ocean.
And he goes and finds Eric.
Mm-hmm.
He does?
Nope.
Oh.
I wasn't really listening to what you're saying, I guess. you had so many hopes.
He does? Nope.
Oh. And it's cute because whenever it's Marcellus's part, it's like day 1041 of my captivity. But on this part, it says day 1 of my freedom.
Oh,
it's very sweet. And so Marcellus goes back into the ocean, and Tova's just like, thank you so much, my friend, and thank you for everything you've done for my story and getting closure and finding Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
It wraps up with her. What?
Sorry, clarifying question that is probably not important. Does Tova ever meet Daphne?
That's the thing. It almost leaves it like it could be a second book or something.
Okay.
Because I think it alludes to them knowing that she might be somewhere in Seattle, but it like doesn't have closure on Daphne and where she is at all.
So in book 2, Daphne obviously going to reconnect with Cameron, but she's going to reconnect with Bigwig.
I think so too.
Speakeasy, happy times, love, make babies. How old are they? 50?
And then Marcellus is like
super octopus.
Yeah,
never
giant.
dies. Or has babies of his own right before.
Ew. And the little baby octopus finds Tova and is like, my daddy came to tell me to find you.
My daddy. Okay, anyway, it wraps up with what?
The author's gonna see this and like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yes! Hire us. Don't hire us. You don't even have to listen to us.
The end of the book, everyone is at Tova's new condo that overlooks the water, and it's just awesome. She still moved. Cute little family moved into her house, and she's like, no, new beginnings. Like, it's okay. I'm decided not to go to the assisted living. Cameron and Avery and Avery's boy are together and doing well. Ethan is there. They're like having like this dinner, and just everything's just peaceful and good and closure a little bit, except for the whole Daphne thing. And
book 2 end. Author. This author.
Yeah, the end. I don't know the author.
That's okay. Insert author's name here. Type the text. Will you write a book 2?
I know, because I want to find out what happens to Daphne, and I'd love this as a movie.
I was just gonna say that. Sign over the rights.
It'd be a cute like indie movie.
Oh yeah,
I think it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be a big blockbuster hit, but it just makes you care about every character, and it's like intriguing without being like thrilling. You know what I mean? It's just good, solid read.
Cameron is the grandson.
It's very sweet. Well, that's my life. That whole Hillary Duff.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had fun because I had fun too.
Because I know I did.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Because I know I did. What if that's the ending of all of our episodes? Well, thank you so much for being here. But also thank you for being here.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna go watch My Friend the Octopus. That's like a documentary on Netflix. Octopi are amazing. Like, no doubt in my mind that Marcellus is based off a real octopus or something.
Yeah, and I actually believe that they really are that
intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you know, fun fact, that evolutionary wise, and like it's like survival of the fittest, it's not fittest like strongest, it's fittest like most adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
So turtles are like the least evolutionary wise they've evolved the least because they have a very hard shell, all that stuff. Octopi are the like most evolved species because they're so vulnerable and everything's on the outside, like they have to adapt and change and stuff. So life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And
we're so in tune.
Namaste. And I act like I'm making fun of that, and I love yoga, and I love saying namaste, so...
Like, this is your whole personality.
So, like, I have crystals upstairs. I can go show you.
Where are your tarot cards?
Yeah. Now we're just shooting the breeze.
Both. Keep it in. It helps them get to know.
Shit. That's right. Is that the phrase?
That also sounds wrong.